What's up, guys? It's Chris from Purple Tiki Hermit Crabs, and this morning I want to talk to you about handling your crab. I know I've recently come under some criticism for posting a picture of me handling our crab, Daniel. Now, Daniel is a rescue rehab type of thing from a pet store. He has no large claw. He's been beat up, and he's too small for the shell he's in, so he doesn't have the opportunity at the pet store to molt and regrow the limb, nor does he have the proper shells to change into. So when we saw this, we took him home. The picture I've posted on our Facebook page, Purple Tiki Hermit Crabs, is of me holding him and doing a health check. So I do want to talk about handling today. Now, a lot of us would love it if these hermit crabs could be something where, you know, we could take him out and as I'm talking to you, he could be crawling up me and, you know, whatnot. But unfortunately, this one's fake. This is Sydney. He's my demo crab for when I do any talking about the crabs, so I don't have to use the real crabs outside their tank. Guys, what we do as a practice to handle, and only when we need to handle our crabs, is we do post-molt health checks. That way we can look for deformities in the legs and in the eyes and the stalks for the eyes and so forth in the body. We look for shell rot, we look for broken shells, you know, anything that can affect the overall health and well-being of the crab, so that if we find that, we can then put them into a hospital tank, make things right, treat what we need to treat, and go forward from there. Other than that, guys, there's no reason to handle your crabs. When you do handle your crab for that health check, you want to take and grab Sydney by the back of the shell. If you look, this gives me control of the shell to where I won't drop him. I have him pretty stable. He's going to reach out and try to crawl away. Be careful that you don't get pinched. And then you, again, are overall just kind of looking to make sure everything's cool, and bang, put him back in the tank. When you do this, if you do it out of the tank, you want to keep a little bucket underneath where you hold the crab, and hold the crab kind of inside the bucket, because some crabs have been known to jump out of their shell and try to get away in that respect. Now, my guys are used to me taking and handling them a little bit after their molt, and what I do is I do it inside the tank. So I'm just above the substrate. I can benefit from the light that I use on the tank to really illuminate everything and make me, or help me see it clearer. And then I put them right back down on the sand and they run away and hide in their tank, and then that's that. For those of you who handle your crabs more than that, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but you're actually doing them a disservice. The gills need to stay moist, and that's part of what the heat and humidity does in the tank. It helps keep those gills moist so they can breathe correctly. The more you keep the tank or the crab out of the tank, the more those gills can dry out, and if they dry out too much, the crab can pass away. The heat is another thing, you know, that they need that heat to control their body and some of their functionality. So when you handle the crab outside the tank, unless your house is at 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 80% humidity, which I highly doubt, and if it is, you probably have mold problems in your home, but I wouldn't be recommending taking them out. And I don't want to be, again, the guy that's telling somebody who's used to handling their crabs, don't do it anymore. But for their health and well-being, please change that habit. That's just a safety and health issue for the crab. So I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope it clears up any issues of me handling Daniel, or when I handled Daniel. And in the future, again, that's how I do things when I do health checks. So that's the only time I handle my crabs, other than if I have to move the tank, which I rarely do. We just moved a new tank in and an old tank out. That was the first time I've handled all those crabs since their molt, and that's the only reason that I handled those crabs. So again, guys, I hope this is helpful. For now, I'm Chris, Purple Tiki Hermit Crabs. Find us on Facebook, Purple Tiki Hermit Crabs. Like and subscribe here on YouTube. I'll see you next time.